Welcome to the Financial Update with First Community Bank, live every fourth Thursday of the month on WLIJ and podcasted on Facebook. Join guests from First Community Bank and our host as they inform, educate, and encourage you on all things finances. First Community Bank is a member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Now, here's your host. Hey everybody in Bedford County and surrounding areas. My name is Chase Clanton, your host for the First Community Bank's Financial Update right here on WLIJ. Thanks for joining me this morning. And speaking of joining me, I'm joined by two fantastic people associated with First Community Bank. We'll start with, to my left, Ronette Tillman. Is that correct?
That is correct.
She is one of the tellers from the airport branch.
That is correct.
And right in front of me here is Cindy Vanatta, the teller operations manager for First Community Bank. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. Glad to have you guys. So tell everybody out there how you got interested in the banking business and doing telling, and maybe a little bit about your backgrounds too. Yeah, Ronette, you start.
I kind of told y'all a little earlier, but I worked at the county clerk's office for 31 years, and so I would do a lot of their banking for them at First Community Bank, and just standing there in line and them waiting on me, I would just kind of think in the back of my head, I wouldn't mind working here. Yeah. So fast forward, in 2021, I retired from the Bedford County Clerk's office, and didn't know what I was going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Had some job offers, but I just didn't feel like those were for me. And then I saw a job come available at First Community Bank.
Right.
And so I thought, I think I can do this. And I applied for the job. Cindy was one that did my interview with me.
Okay, so you've done interviews before.
She made me feel at ease doing the interview.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I love it. I absolutely love working at this bank. I don't think that this will be my place to retire.
Wow.
I found a second place, yes. It's a wonderful place to work. Wonderful people to work with, and you cannot beat the customers. I love dealing with people. Love it.
Really?
I love it. They can be something else sometimes, but okay. I absolutely love dealing with the public.
Well, and you did for so long. How long did you do
31 years.
31 years.
Yes.
And by the way, Ronette has a birthday today.
Yes.
If we could, everybody sing. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. But yes, happy birthday,
Thank
Ronette.
You. Thank you.
Glad to celebrate with you.
This morning.
Oh, did you really?
Cindy called me early this morning and sung happy birthday to me. And she does that. She does that since I've only been here a little two and a half years, and she has called and sung happy birthday to me.
Well, that's really sweet.
Yes.
Let me give you my phone number by the end of this. You can call me on January 27th.
I will do it.
I'm just kidding. But okay, Cindy, tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay, so I've actually been in the banking industry for 40 years. Mm-hmm. I started out in 1985 at People's Bank. It was on the square.
Okay, right.
While I was there, it merged with Dominion and First Union, and I worked there 14 years. Some of the employees that had worked there opened the First Community Bank.
Right.
So actually, I got hired twice by the
same people.
Yes. So
how does that go? How did last time go? Okay, all right. I'll show up at 8:00.
Just come on.
Yeah.
So I've always loved banking and dealing with cash and everything. So since I've been working in banking, I've been a proof operator. I've been a teller. Mm-hmm. Teller trainer. I've been a branch manager at Madison Street, and now I'm presently teller operations manager. And I've been at First Community Bank for 26 years now.
Okay.
So I love working there. It makes it a whole different story when you enjoy where you work. You get up in the morning and you don't dread it. So
wow. There's a lot of people that do dread their job. I mean, It just happens.
Right.
But that's such a privilege
Can
and a joy.
I say something?
Absolutely.
Cindy's a great manager. I've worked
Shout
with
her out.
Yes, she is. She's great. That's where I started working with her at the main office. And then we went to school together.
Really?
Yes, we went to school together.
Was she a good student?
Cindy was like she is now. She has not changed one bit. She's a very sweet person, yes.
And the same with her. She was a year younger than me. We weren't in the same class, but I said the same thing when she comes. She's never changed.
Yeah, and in a good way.
Look a day older,
Same here.
Yeah, she just turned 25 today.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I first started liking banking. As a child, I would play with cash register and play store.
Okay.
And do just play money. And I learned to, make change at an early age. And my mom kept disabled veterans in Bell Buckle for over 36 years.
I know exactly. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
She kept veterans for a long time, and I always would go with her to the bank to make deposits and to do whatever she needed to do at the bank. And I always thought, I would love to do that. And I ran into a friend at a Tupperware party, and she actually told me about this opportunity at People's years ago. And that's what first got me started. It was in proof operations. So I started doing proof operations there when I went in and got interviewed and hired there. So.
Wow. Now, I'm sorry, but that's Southern, if anything is. I went to a Tupperware party and got a job. That's First Community Bank, folks. I mean, local as local can get. That's awesome.
Who has heard the word Tupperware in this generation? Do they even know?
Oh, I call it Tupperware still. So does producer Brandon. Thanks for being here today, by the way. But, okay, well, let's move on. So how would you guys say the roles of bank tellers have evolved over the years? Maybe, Cindy, we could start with you.
Well, it has evolved a lot. Years ago, we did everything manually. Counted money by hand. I remember going to a ledger book that was printed out after deposits and stuff ran through, and looking at the balance. When somebody come to cash a check, we'd look up the balance to see if they had enough in there on a ledger book.
Oh, wow.
It was wild. And then our bookkeeping department at one time was this is with People's. It was in one area. We used to physically take the checks and file them. We would look at the signature and match the signature to the signature card and file them. I mean, and then when it was their statement time, we counted the checks that matched the amount of checks on the statement and put them into mail. So, and all this is computerized now.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
sending an email.
Yeah, and so like where we counted by hand before, we have currency counters now.
Right. Which
all that helps with accuracy. It helps with time.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
It has changed a lot, and all the conveniences that we really get used to it,
Mm-hmm.
It's really helped the customers a lot and helped employees as well.
I believe that. Just leave it. Okay, we'll leave it with Cindy.
I've only had 2.5 years, so I really haven't seen what she has seen. So it's interesting to hear.
Right.
How far we've come since I've come on board. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also with the years ago, everyone got a Social Security check. I mean, they would be lined up to the door. We'd have like 4 or 5 lines deep to the door with people with their Social Security checks coming into cash. Now everything is direct deposit.
Yeah.
So, we don't see that physical check as much at all.
Right. We still get paid with checks here at the station, so I enjoy going to the bank and saying hi to people, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's very streamlined, and I circled streamlined because it's more efficient. It's great for you guys, but I guess in a way, like, that means that you might have to create other ways to make contact with those customers because they're not coming in person as much.
We still do, and we encourage that so much because we strive for great customer service.
Exactly.
Not good customer service,
great
customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And we love seeing our customers when they personally come in. we can talk to them. We're not timed on our transactions or anything, so we don't have to get customers out in a certain length of time. So when they come in, we can have time to talk with them, not just about maybe their banking, but personal as well. Exactly. And it's so family oriented.
And they appreciate that. Mm-hmm. They appreciate the fact that when you, like she said, when you talk to them, not just about banking, but when they come back in and you'll say, oh, how was your trip? Or how's your mother doing? Or how's your child doing? And it makes them feel so good that we remembered that. Or because we're such a local bank, I can say, hey, Chase. And sometimes they're like, you remembered my name, because I take it seriously. I love dealing with people, and I want to be personable with them, and I want to get to know them, and that's what I like about First Community Bank. That's what it's all about.
It is personal. I think that's a topic that's come up several times, and that's a tagline that I've used. It's personal, and not in a bad way, in a very good way.
Yes.
Because like I said, you guys are a local bank, and you love dealing with people. To quote you.
Yes.
Because it's a people business, it's a relationship business, especially when you've. This is going to sound like a joke, but when you've got my money, I'd like for you to talk to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's interesting to hear that some other places might have timed transactions where you got to get them out quickly. That feels transactional.
They do. I'm not going to say where.
Sure.
But when I retired, I did a part-time job, and so they weren't like that.
Right.
That's not who I am. And I would tell my customers, because they knew me from the clerk's office, and I would just kind of say real low, we can't, I can't talk to you like I do up there. I couldn't do that. So, yes, I'm not there anymore, but I'm just saying, I love talking.
Yeah.
I love to talk.
Well, I'm glad you came to the radio station today.
I'm going to be quiet now.
No, please don't.
Our customers love Ronette too. I mean, they love all of our tellers are amazing. I mean, we have an amazing team.
They do.
Not just at the main office or the branches. They're amazing everywhere. And they all work so well together. Mm-hmm. They help each other out.
Yes.
I might know somebody that someone don't know, and, I'll step in and say, hey, and talk to them,
Yeah.
And so that kind of eases things over, because we do have... we hire new tellers, and staffing changes at some point in time. So some of them don't know everybody, or don't know as many as we do.
Sure.
So we kind of help do that. In the past, I've kind of trained to, if I didn't know someone and it was new, I'd make notes about maybe not exactly what they look like, but some notes about
I get it.
Their features or habits, or kind of something that would clue me in when that person walked in and said,
or things they talk about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I was the music guy when I first got my bank account at 18, and I'd come in and they're like, oh yeah, how's the gigs going? Have you had any songs placed? Blah 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 blah, because that's what I was always talking about. I don't know if somebody was physically making notes, but it made a big difference.
It does.
Yeah.
Just like you said, because when you remember that about a person, that person, they may stand and talk to you for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
And like Cindy said, we're not timed. And especially like at the airport branch, we're not as busy as they are. So I may have somebody in there for like 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
And, I may be the only person that they get to talk to.
That's right.
And I just listen. Yeah. And then when they come back, I'll ask whatever they spoke to me about. I'll ask, how is that going? And it makes a big difference. They may not say it, but it shows on their face that they appreciate who we are and what the bank does. And I've heard so many compliments on First Community Bank that I will not go to another bank. This is my bank. This is my home.
Yeah, you want that loyalty.
Yeah.
Well, folks, this is the financial update with First Community Bank. And by the way, that's what you get when you bank with First Community Bank, is that personal, lovely service from great people like Ronette Tillman and Cindy Vanatta. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
At First Community Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're a true partner in your success. As a local business ourselves, we understand the challenges you face. Whether you're a new startup, a family business, or a growing company, we're here to help offer the tailored financial solutions you need. Looking for a loan, a business checking account that works for you, or expert advice from someone who truly gets it? We're just a call away, ready to support you with personalized service that makes a real difference. At First Community Bank, we believe your success is our success. Join the many local businesses who trust us every day to help them grow. Come see us today or visit firstcommunitybanker.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back here with the financial update on First Community Bank. We're just having a great time, man. I'm telling you. It's good to talk with Ronette Tillman, one of the tellers from the airport branch at First Community Bank, who is celebrating her 25th birthday today. Fake news, I'm sorry. Also Cindy Vanatta, the teller operations manager of First Community Bank proper. So once again, good to be joined by you guys today.
Thank you.
So let's move on here. Can you share some examples of when you guys went out of your way to help a customer? Maybe, Ronette, could we start with you?
What I thought about was I thought of a lot of things, but I didn't want to say too much because if somebody's listening, they might say, oh, she's talking about me.
Well, you strike me as a humble person, too, but I'm giving you permission.
But I go out of my way when I answer the telephone. And if we can't find a way to help someone, I'll ask that person, do you mind if I put you on hold? I'm going to try to find a universal banker that can help you because I'm not at the main office. I let them know where they've called. And I will dial, I don't just dial an extension and tell them to leave their name and phone number. I dial the extension and I will dial until I get someone on the phone.
Really?
When someone picks up, then I'll say, hey, can you take this call? I have Mr. or Miss So-and-so. And then I'll put them on hold and I'll go back to the phone to the original caller and I will let them know that I have someone on the line and they can help you with your situation. And they appreciate that so much because it's nothing like you calling the bank and you want to speak to Cindy and I dial Cindy's extension and I say if she doesn't pick up, leave your name and number. Well, I'm looking and I see that number calling back 2 or 3 times. I may have a customer and I think Cindy's either out because I can't see because I'm at the airport branch.
Okay.
Cindy's either out, or she has a customer herself. So I just take it up on myself now. I just push, and those universal bankers, probably if anybody's listening, I will wear them out. But I keep calling until somebody picks up, and then customers they appreciate that.
You're like an advocate for them.
I'm Della and Margie, just using my fingers instead of my legs.
That's right.
They're our receptionists at the main office.
At the main office.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I mean, all it takes is, first of all, caring, which I can tell both of you do very much, and you're just pressing buttons.
Yeah.
I mean,
press the buttons until you hear somebody say, Ronette, yes?
Yes.
Can you take this call?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. And
I feel like I call that going out of my way to help a customer. I've done other things, but like I said, I don't want to say because somebody may say, oh, she's talking about me in a good way, but I don't want to put it out there.
I understand. But we are on the radio, very public.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's many other ways that you've done that too. No, and let's make a comparison there, Ronette, because we also live in an age where talking to someone, and I'm sure everybody's thinking about, I'll call and I'll get a robot. Not even that. I mean, there's some giant companies that you'll try and call. Well, there's not even a phone number. Right. You cannot call them.
Yes.
All you can do is go through a help page online, which is usually not too helpful. Maybe an AI chat bot thingy also online, if you can even get that.
Right.
First Community Bank, it's a local community personal bank where you can call Ronette.
That's right. Call me.
And she will make sure that you get to talk to somebody.
I will. I will do it. I do it all the time. I do not mind one bit.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I can tell you care very much.
I do. I love my customers. Mm-hmm. I love my customers. I have great customers. I've had some customers where I've kind of thought, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to receive me, and they've been some of my best ones.
Really?
Yes. And when I started at the main office, and then I went to the airport branch. So you got a lot of horse trainers out there, and I'm just like, oh, don't know how they're going to receive me. I love them. They are some of the best loyal customers and just good people.
And good people, very
really
nice too.
Really good people,
very
yes.
Great people. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate that local community as well. Well, Cindy, what about you? Do you have any stories like that?
Yes. About this hadn't happened too long ago, and I had a customer that they were unable to come inside the bank. But they were out, but they weren't able to physically walk in the bank and everything. And so their spouse come in and was telling me the situation. And I said, hey, I'll just go out there. I'll take the withdrawal slip where she was needing to withdraw money. I'll take the withdrawal slip, and I'll go to the car for. And so I went out, went to the car, spoke with her. I had waited on them for years. Just had not seen her in a while, and she was telling me her story, and I did her transaction, gave her her money right there at the car and everything. So she appreciated that because she needed that transaction done. And yes, we have mobile banking and all that, but you can't get that physical cash out of the banking and everything.
Right. You can't print money out of your iPhone.
Yeah, so it's still that interaction with them and being able to talk to them personally again. I had one other instance that happened. I think you were there when this happened. I had a gentleman. He come in. He was very upset because his account was overdrawn, and it was due to a loan payment that he had scheduled automatically to come out of his account.
Okay.
Well, the loan payment happened to hit before his check would come in each month.
Oh.
So I explained to him. I said, "Look," he was wanting to move his account. I said, "Look, let me see what I can do. I'm going to get this date changed so that it won't hit at the same time." So I went and talked to the loan officer, and we got the loan date. It didn't amount but a couple of days or something like that. But that way it would hit after his check come in so that it wouldn't overdraw him. And I think you remember that situation. And he was just so appreciative.
Yes, it changed his whole attitude.
Because he was upset. Yeah. He was really upset.
I bet he was. Yeah, I could imagine.
But now, I mean, he knew when it was coming out, but it just happened to hit each time before that. And so we just arranged it a couple more days difference, and he changed his whole attitude. He thanked us, and so we just tried, we love our customers, and we want to do what we can to help them.
Yeah.
And so
that's a couple of my things.
I tell you another thing I do, because like I said, they're busy at the main office. They're very busy. We're busy, but we're not that. I try to answer the phones when I don't have a customer, and I answer the phones to the point to where when I look at the last four, I know who that is.
Yeah.
So I know grab a universal debit and a deposit slip.
You already know what to do. Or I go
to the screen because I know they want to know if their check is pending. Yeah, I look at the last four, and sometimes like Carrie will say, "Who is that?" And I'll say, "Oh, that's Chase calling. He's going to want to know this." That's going above and beyond, even though the customer doesn't know that, but we know. I know who that phone number is. I know if it's somebody that's going to be kind of long-winded, want me to go through, and is that something?
No.
wanted me to check every, go through and check every, see what
everything
check came through. Yes.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I do the same thing. I go, okay, get ready. Here we go. We're gonna be here for a minute, but no. That's an incredible attention to detail, is what you just told me. So you can already tell based off of the last four digits of the phone number.
I know who it is.
Yeah, you know who it is. You know kind of the routine, what they usually need help with, what they're trying to do, and you're already getting ready for it. I can just see how this is working. I'm going to pull up your statement, blah blah blah.
And then we have a customer that comes every Thursday. we have, because they come so close to closing, I've already called, or we already have his credit card balance.
Okay.
We have his deposit slips ready with the account number. We don't know how much he's going to deposit.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Fridays, we have one who pays his customers through his account. So I already have his everything ready to go. So, and he calls directly, and I'll say how much.
Yeah, and he just,
how much? Yeah,
bam.
Yeah. But that's just knowing your customers, and because a lot of times they'll come when it's busy. Mm-hmm. And you just, they have to stand there and wait. So I just try to go ahead and be prepared. And
right.
At least less I have to do when they get there.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And
small town banking.
The small town banking like you'll get at First Community Bank. And by the way, if you want to reach out to First Community Bank, if you have any questions or you want to meet Ronette and Cindy, give them a call at 931-684-5800. That's 931-684-5800. Or you can stop by one of their many branch locations at the airport branch where Ronette works on 231 North. Or do you have some of those ready?
No, I was wanting to express to customers about our online banking and our mobile banking.
Yeah, right.
We have bill pay, direct deposits. We have our teller banker phone number that you can call. Mm-hmm. But our mobile apps and online banking, it's helped tremendous because it's not always convenient to come into the bank. We love that personal touch by all means, but you could be on vacation mm-hmm. or have a child in college. Mm-hmm. We can do remote deposits. They can transfer money and mm-hmm. do all that online. Right. You don't have to be at the bank when you can't make it there. Mm-hmm. Direct deposit, that's helped so much with postage. Postage is, very expensive now, and you don't have to worry about your check getting lost or stolen in the mail. Bill pay, I used to write out a check for everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mail it in the mail every month. I'd probably have 6 or 8 envelopes. Down stamps are 70-something cents a piece.
I think so, yeah.
So you can do your bills online. You can schedule them ahead of time so they're not late.
Exactly.
That saves you money on your stamps and all that and the worry. Our telebanker number is 931-680-0508. And that's when customers call, and it's automated. You go through the steps and you set up your own PIN number, mm-hmm. and you can call that anytime for balances and inquiries such as that.
Okay. Yeah, so those are some tools and features that can help make the banking experience smoother.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
Because not people everybody can come in, but
people like it. They like the mobile and the online banking. Yes.
Right. Yeah, as, especially for those who have careers and, maybe some of your younger folks that are just incredibly busy, whatever it is, that banking app can come in handy really, 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 really well.
We have several accounts that you can get that's no fees. You meet certain qualifications, mm-hmm. but there's no fees, and we have accounts where if you use a foreign ATM machine, it'll refund those charges back. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you use any of our ATM machines to get cash, if you cannot come inside the bank, our ATMs with the FCB card is no charges.
Wow.
So.
Well, that's a great selling point. Was there anything else we want to mention here on the financial update before we go off air, like any other, banking tips like that, or any other shout-outs you want to give, anything?
I will say, if anybody out there is getting paper statements from First Community Bank, mm-hmm. If you want to avoid those paper statements, we can set you up on email statements.
Yes.
Mm.
And it's real easy.
It's real easy, real convenient.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about getting that paper in the mail every month.
I bet it's faster.
Yeah. It's right there at your fingertips. Right.
Yeah, just immediately. Emails like that.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. Well, y'all, thank you so much for coming in today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it, Chase.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Great experience.
This has been the financial update with First Community Bank, and I've been talking to Cindy Vanatta, the teller operations manager, and Ronette Tillman. Yes, Ronette Tillman celebrating a birthday today. One of the tellers from the airport branch. I want to wear that out, Ronette.
Please do. Listen, I love my birthday, so wear it out. I love it.
All right, sounds good to me. But, so again, if you've enjoyed the show today or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the bank at 931-684-5800 or visit one of their many locations here in Shelbyville, including Moore County. We got the airport branch, Elm Street, Madison Street, Moore County. That's the 4.
Main office. Mm-hmm.
That's it. Well, y'all, thank you so much. Again, this has been the financial update with First Community Bank. We'll see you next month.
At First Community Bank, we're more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partners. Whether it's helping you buy your first home, saving for college, or offering a loan to get your dream off the ground, we're here every step of the way. For over 35 years, we've been proud to serve the people of Bedford County. When you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're part of the family. First Community Bank, your hometown bank. Stop by today. We're just right down the road. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.